Hi guys, today's walk is Moel Siabod. We're just outside Capel. We're at the Bringlow car park. It's on the A5 between Betws and Capel. And as you can see, the car park there, there's the noise there, quite a rarity. It's a free car park, so there's no fee to pay. It's about a mile, 2 miles outside Capel. And straight away when you cross the road from the car park, you see the scenery is superb. The river down there, and when we get near the bridge, I will look at the view again. There we go, look at that. That's just across the road from the car park. Beautiful. So you come out of the car park and turn right, just follow the road along to the bridge. That's the bridge we're going to cross. That's lovely, isn't it? Right, after coming to the car park, just walk down, it's literally 70-80 feet, and we're going over this bridge here, which is a great view of the river. There we go. River down there. I don't normally walk at the weekend because there's a lot of people about the weekend. Looking like it's going to be quite busy up here, judging by the car park. But as you walk off that bridge, you walk along this track here, and then just watch out for the turn into bear right. I'll show you the sign when we get there. This is the turning, rather than going off the road, it's just bear right, and this track goes up the forest. At the edge of it, you'll see the sign there, Moel Siabod. Just be careful on the cattle grid, and just follow this path up. Okay guys, that's the track we just come up through the forest. You can probably tell by my breathing that's very steep, that. The road does go off to the right here. It swings round and joins later on, but it is a private road. So we're looking for that sign there, and we follow the footpath up. Siabod Holiday Cottages. What a fabulous location to spend a weekend. We're going up here now. We followed that path up. We're going over the stile. Already the views are opening up. Look at that. Lovely. And we carry on up this way. And there is Moel Siabod. The beauty of this mountain, because it stands out on its own, it's got fabulous 360-degree views. You can see Snowdon, Trivan, the Glidders, Caneddau. You can see most of the main peaks from the summit here, and as it's blue sky, and hopefully stays like that, I'll be able to show you that when we get to the top. That's where we're going. Views opened up all around now. Look at that. Fantastic. lot more style. But again, just look at those views. You can imagine what those views are going to be like once we get to the top up there. It's spectacular. Yeah, that's where we come. We come to, I think it's an old quarry pit actually. I'm not sure it's a natural lake. Path is a little bit wet in places, and as you get higher it is a very swampy route, especially when you get to the lake higher up. So we just need to make sure you've got waterproof boots on. When you're mountain walking, I'm not going to enter into the flip-flop and trainer argument, but on rocky ground, which it is when you get higher up, you really need to make sure that you've got a good pair of boots with good ankle supports on. If you turn your ankle up here, you're in a bit of trouble and probably end up being rescued. So just a little tip there. Look at that, lovely, isn't it? I hope it stays clear for the top. A few clouds about now. But you can't beat that view at the top if it's clear. Lovely path. That's the lake that we've just come from. Very easy to follow path this. A bit rocky, a bit damp in places, but not likely to get lost on this path. That was a fantastic view, that. Keep going. Evidence of the old mining industry. Slate works. Wind's getting up a little bit now. That's the way we just come up. The old slate buildings. Old mine entrance there. Love these old slate buildings. You see, that's a real steep climb, that, but I've got to show you this. Look at that, the old quarry pit. The last time I came, the waterfall was iced over and half the lake was iced over as well. That's stunning, isn't it? Path carries on up and goes around the quarry pit. Right, that's the path that we've come up. Depending on how much rain there is, sometimes these stones are more like a stream bed than a path, and but you just pick the driest way up. You just follow the stones roughly, and we're just carrying on up there. There you go, that's the path we followed. There's the lake, and the ridge over there is where we're heading for, Dire the Ridge. This is where it starts getting rather swampy, so this is where you pick the driest route you can find. You can go either way around the lake. Last time I went round that way because it was very, very swampy on this side, but Either way, it was quite swampy that way as well. I ended up clambering up the rocks on the other side, so I'm going to try this way today. You see those mountains in the distance there? Lovely view. We carry on this way. Yeah, this is definitely the better path on this side. You just stick as near as you can to the rocks. You'll still get some swampy bits like this, but not too bad overall. We keep going. There you go, it's not a bad path at all actually. So when you come to here, you need to cut across this way because we're heading for the ridge over there. Path gets a bit vague round here, so I can see you can get across there. Just try and pick the driest route without getting too deep in the swamp. Ooh. That's why I've got gaiters on today, because some places this will go right over the top of your boot if you put your foot in the wrong place. And the gaiters just stop that happening, otherwise you have horrible damp feet for the rest of the walk. Whoa. Just find the driest way across and the path carries on up there. There's a lake so you can see where you are. We've made our way across that swampy bit and we're heading up there, so I'll follow it along this way. I think you could go down there and across, but I think I'll go a bit higher up this way. Again, the path becomes very vague with the rocks. You can see where you are, there's the lake. You can follow it around that way and go to the other side of the ridge, or you can just make your way up these rocks up to the top there, which is what I'm going to do. That's the ridge that we're going up. That's not technically difficult, it's a real good grade 1 scramble. I've just climbed up from those rocks where I was just before. You can actually follow a path that goes round the other side and it follows up along the side of the ridge, and there's an easier scramble further up to get up onto the ridge. As you can probably hear, the wind's getting up a bit up here. Just be aware when you do this walk, a lovely day like today, once you come to that lake the temperature drops right down, and not cold enough for coats at the moment, but another couple of degrees and it would be. But look at those views. I'll put the camera away while I get up there now. Not too bad so far. That's the way we've come up the lake. There's that view again, and that's where we're going. It's not difficult. It's what they call a grade 1 scramble, which means you use your hands to balance and maybe pull yourselves up a couple of times, but good place to practice scrambling actually, because as long as you keep away from that edge, there's no sheer drops. It's quite easy going. Up this way, I think. Just don't go too close to that edge because there's a drop down there. We go up this way. Loads of people. Bit of a drop there. Not far to go, really. Oh, that was a good climb. That's the Ridge. Now we're climbing. Going to climb up Moel Siabod itself now, and that's a nice, yeah, not difficult. It's a nice scramble again, but that was good fun. That ridge, you can make it as easy or hard as you want. You can go down the side of it and climb up to make it easy. You can go right over the top, and makes it a bit more difficult, but good fun anyway. So onwards and upwards to Moel Siabod. There you go, you can see that ridge for what it is from up here. That's what we came up over the top of that ridge. But look at them views. Absolutely stunning. Not that far to go now. This is the fun bit. Not far to go now. And there is Summit Stone. I broke my ankle then. Get there in a minute.
Okay.
Just to give you a bit of a rundown of the view. Snowdon Range there, Snowdon, Horseshoe, we've got there. Go around Penarol Wen in the background. There's Trivan, Carnedd David, round to Carnedd Llewellyn. Not sure what the rest of them are. You can see the coast down there over towards Llandudno. Right the way around, and that's where we come up. So that was a really good route. We're going to go back down a different route now. We're going to go back down a nice path down the other side of the mountain. It drops through the forest at the bottom, and there's some nice views down there, which I'll show you when we get further down the path. This is the path down now, so drop down from the summit. Just keep that ridge on your right. As you come down, you can walk over that. It's absolutely great scrambling, but a bit tough if you don't know what you're doing up there. So this goes down now to the forest. Still see the views there. Trevanning the shadow over there. Lovely walk this. And that's the path as you get lower down. Still great views. And we're following it over towards Capel Curig. gets a bit rocky down here, but it's a lovely little path through the forest. Okay, when you come back down this path now, you come to the junction here. Left will take you down to Brennan. If you carry straight on to the end and turn right, that'll take you back towards the car at Bringlow car park. And it's a lovely little path through the woods. Moss all over these trees and rocks. Okay guys, that's the path that we've just come down. You get to a junction, you can go that way, which goes to the main road, but this way is a much more scenic route and avoids most of the main road. So lovely little path, this one. So when we got to the bottom of the path down from the mountain, we turned right. We've just followed that track all the way around, and then we're bearing right and going down here. Now we can see the river now, the main road over there. Nearly back at the main road now. Lovely and peaceful. I haven't seen anybody else down this path. Lovely little path now. Up this one. And it just continues to follow the path down this way. Lovely sound of running water. Look at this little bridge. Look at that. Lovely. There we go. Turn right on the road and just head back. We go past the bridge that we went over before, and then the car park's just down on the left. There we are, back at the bridge where we first started, and the car park is just on the left down here. So thank you very much for joining me. Until next time, thank you very much. One last look at the waterfall.